Hi, I'm Fruitbat, and welcome again to Vampyr. Yeah, I'm playing this again because... Look at it! Pitel. So here's the thing that you don't know. I actually restarted the game, and I redid it all the way back here for one reason. To learn the proper mechanics of this game. I want to get used to the controls, and this time I managed to not only beat that boss first try without even getting hit once, I also found out a clue, because after I talked to that doctor, this guy over here back in his office, I was supposed to talk to the people at the bar downstairs. I also didn't waste a day. At the other part I had to sleep. This time I didn't. So I'm in the first night yet. Damn, I'm hot. So you're blocking the staircase, don't know? Alright, fine, I guess I'll go that way. I can't, but thanks for the enthusiasm.
It's my turn.
Are you stabbing people?
Rotten
Oh, wow.
Each heart contains the seed of
Well,
life.
I gotta see the bright side.
And this river, try it all.
So, hi, buddy. Look.
Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse.
I want to say I'll let you bleed. I do. But I'm going to be calm and collected. Calm and collected.
Insult me again and I'll put an end to your misery right now.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Your name is Mr. Cox? Wow, it almost adds up because you're a dick! Okay, so you're healthy. Mesmerize. To drink the blood of your prey, you first need to mesmerize them to lead them out of your sight from others. Your mesmerize level must be equal or higher than the citizen's resistance. Oh, okay. Allow me to take you somewhere with no witnesses, buddy. Allow me to sweetly whisper in your ear. Let's take it.
Fading light into the shadows.
Follow the road trip.
Dance with you, the dance of life and death.
Embrace. Why am I giggling, kicking my feet at this? I have problems. Okay, land temptation. Press left side of the mouse to embrace Clay Clocks. Clay Clocks. What the fuck kind of name is that? Your spacebar to release him. No, I'm not gonna release this bastard. Embracing Clay will provide a massive XP boost, but be aware that there will be consequences. I don't care about consequences. Have you seen me? I don't care about consequences. Learning more about citizens collecting their hints will increase their experience. Okay, the more I know about the bitches, the more I get experience points. Nobody will miss you. Now to turn the body into the river. No, let's just leave him there. Witnesses.
In the back, you bastard! Didn't have the guts to fuck me. Fuck you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
With this, you will soon suffer the consequences of your actions. What? Can't I just pick the body up and dump it in the river? Oh, come on. You're all being very dramatic. This guy surely was wise.
A life to embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a burden, such a divine sin.
The biggest sin is the smile on my face right now, because I enjoyed that very much. The only thing I'm not enjoying is leaving the body out there. Come on, what happened to hiding bodies? He dumped the body in the river, why can't you, huh? Anyways, ignore the blood in the corner of my lips. I'm here to help. I swear, I'm a doctor. I'm here to save lives, not to end them. Kinda. I'm here to nurse you back into health, so you're healthier, so I can drink you.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I'm sorry, nurse.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
How's Mr. Hampton? He took quite a hit.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in. How does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
I mean, I'd be too in his place. Where is my room?
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Who is Dr. Swansea?
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted
Swansea.
the job from
Oops.
him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
Calm down, okay? He knows me more than I know him. I'm famous.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
I guess that's all.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Thank you, nurse. Nice blood on your apron. Can I like, would you mind if I lick it? I'm here to talk to people, I'm here to steal stuff, I'm here to drink blood, and probably not kill people yet, but I can eat them and dump the bodies in the river later. This will make the game so much harder for me, I don't care. Glass vial. Nighty night, who are you?
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
For a moment I thought it was like, you were fantastic, now look at you. Blood dripping down your lips, fucking vampire. Leech. Life in London? Situation here. Okay, yeah, tell me what the fuck is going on.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
My memories say otherwise. It's the same everywhere.
It's not exactly the best situation in London either. I can't have expected this hospital to be prepared for what was to come.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
Hint recorded. Okay, I need to talk to... These. I need to talk to other people so I can find out how to... Staff!
Can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
You did mention positive traits, but I'm yet to meet someone who's nice in this whole mess.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really
She must
seem
be
to admire
delicious.
her skills.
Oh.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
What about the
Any
management?
opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
You're not one to talk about command, keeping in mind that you just murdered someone by commanding them to hold still.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Tippets. I don't know why this guy just said... Who the hell is called Tippets? Tippets is such a cute name. It's like the sort of name you give to a doll. A puppet. Puppet Tippets. That's cute. That's really cute. You can't tell me otherwise. Hi.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Oh, it's a trade thing.
I'd like to see your goods.
Postman.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Ah, let me check your... Oh, I can buy stuff. I see. Okay, you are the shopkeeper.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
No, just eating them. You're also a mystery. Okay, life in London. How's the situation around
How
here?
is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We
Okay.
lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
It's about to be worse with me here.
Are
Smuggling
you
weapons.
really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
You sound like you've had it rough.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here.
Oh.
I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital. That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
That's a bit late for that. Local investigations. A new citizen investigation is available. Press... I don't know what that's called. To open the local investigation menu. Oh, citizen investigation is displayed here. Categorized by districts. You can start a new citizen quest by tracking it with... and access to your map to locate the area. Oh, so it's side quests.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
Anyways. Oh, wow. Okay, you're pretty. Who are you?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon.
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Cute.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, it's such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
So she is a little insane. Got it. So you're a vampire.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
You wanna see a real vampire real quick? How do you feel?
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome?
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
Oh, I want to prove you wrong so bad. I can't. I have to be professional.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Uh-huh. We'll take care of
The
you.
staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Wrong targets. New investigation. Okay.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
I see. Near the morgue, you say? Well, what a wonderful place for a picnic.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood boil with fever.
And who might you be? Do you think you're a unicorn?
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
I have a hint thingy unlocked about Miss Howcroft's disease. Oh, the vampire behind me. Yeah, what do you know about this wonderful lady?
How close are you to Miss Hawcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
I'm not gonna judge you because I too would. I'm gonna shut up now. You let her bite you?
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of me blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
And it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
Hey, Dr. Reed, don't kink shame. Oh, it's the sir, the man, the priest, the hi.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps.
I read that was
but
delicious.
Who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
How do you feel?
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton?
I'm gonna be a doctor for
Medically
now.
speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness.
You got
I
bitten?
feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion,
And so am
I'm
I.
sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Are you a priest?
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
So a priest. Okay, you're still a bit woozy, so I'm going to ask you even more questions, because why not? So why were you at the Vampyr's skulls then?
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Okay, so you were kidnapped and bitten.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His
And you were
addiction
very
suddenly
tasty.
changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a
Why?
patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
Oh yeah, I met her. She's nice. There's a lot of people in this hospital, my god. You look German.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Ah yes, Dr. Thorough. I believe you are very complete in your jobs. I got a thingy about your blood transfusion technique. Okay, do
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him? Or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Okay, there's a lot of people to talk to in this game. There's oh. Pembroke Hospital, 2nd of November. My dear children, sorry I did not write to you before, but it hurts like hell just to write these few words on bloody paper. Don't worry, Daddy will go out of the hospital as soon as the doctors fix his arm. In the meantime, if you need something, go see Mr. Chadwick at the construction site and tell him you are R.V. Fiddick's children. You remember Robert Chadwick? The big guy with the mustache who helped me repair the house doors last spring? Go see him and ask for a few bob. He won't refuse to spare you a few. I'm sorry I can't work anymore for now, but we'll figure out something as soon as I'm out. Don't worry. Everything will be fine as soon as Daddy's arm is strong again. As soon as the doctors have fixed my arm, I
will not let you down, my boy.
So you must be...
Good evening, sir.
Yep.
I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Okay, so I did... Yep, I read your letter. Sorry about that. You seem worried about your family?
You seem worried about the safety of your family. And it's obviously the reason why your wound troubles you so much.
I cannot give up on my children now. They both need me living.
What about their mother, if I may ask?
She died in 1915 during one of the first Zeppelin raids. We never found her body.
About the death of your
Tell
wife?
me more about the death of your
This
wife.
is so
Father.
aggressive.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Who are you? Come here. Don't ignore me.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
What happened to
I'm
your
Dr.
hair?
Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
I'm more curious about your highlights. So, what do you complain about?
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Tell me about your arrival.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start.
Yeah, I've met him.
And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
You, the German
Good
boy.
evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose
it?
that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
About your hospitalization?
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
That's nice. You're in good hands.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
Is your mother bothering you?
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of.
Oh, she's a narcissist.
She would
Okay.
tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Or maybe not. I'm maybe misunderstanding the situation. Is she too good that she's suffocating you? Or is she bad and pushing you? How painful is your throat?
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I am... We must communicate. I'm gonna make you talk.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir.
That's not very
Would
good
it
at
help
all.
if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Yes.
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Oh, hang on. Thoughts on Strickland's research?
Tell me, Waverley, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
So, that guy over there was talking shit about you. So what do you have to say about that?
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Damn, you're all really good friends.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I
Because of
used
the
to be
white
Dr.
coat.
Rakesh Chadana.
Sure.
Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
They
No,
took my white
sir.
coat and gave me this
It is
other
just
one.
that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Oh, you're also a trade shopkeeper thingy. So, not afraid of the dead. I mean, he works at a morgue. You think that people will...
Are you afraid
There
or
would be
uneasy
scared.
being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
Aren't you a happy person? Most people fear dead flesh. How did you get the job?
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
I find death beautiful. I really do. I find death beautiful. I have bones to prove it. Not even kidding, this is a rabbit skull that I treated myself. It's really interesting. Death can be beautiful in a way.
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
Yeah, she must be. So you believe in life
Since you're
after
not
death?
afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
So, okay, I'm going to focus at least once on the mission over there. I think if I go over here, if I go around... Ooh, there's a back. Pipa! Pipa! Oh, that's such a sweet name. I want to meet Pipa. But first, I'm going to ravish through the lockers. Long letter. Hello, sis. How are things in the big city? Here in Brum, things are not so good. It seems the flu is here again, and we have many new cases of infection in the neighborhood. Do you remember Miss Scheller, the old drinking hag from the 3rd floor? Yeah, she passed away 2 days ago. Her flat is already occupied again. Jeez, you would have to pay me a huge amount of money to go sleep in the bed in which a woman died of the flu just a few hours ago. Sorry I did not take time to quickly answer your last letter. Between taking care of little Paul, mom and dad, and my job at the factory, I rarely find time to write to my favorite sister. By the way, my son says hello to his Auntie Pippa. Oh! This is a letter to Pippa. Okay. You should see the little bugger. Already driving me mad. And mom says you bring back some of those marvelous cakes the next time you come back home. In your last letter, you told me you thought about quitting your job at the Pembroke Hospital. I have to tell you, Pip, you better think twice. There are always jobs at the factory, but wages are shit. And it's as boring as a day without a shag. I have already a new fiancé, and no, I'm not a slut. You moral bitch. So if you really want to quit and do something more useful than counting the dead every morning, maybe you better stay in London and join that band you told me about. The Guard of Bremen, something like that? Never heard of them, but if they are, like you said, some sort of civil militia trying to make a difference, then maybe it's a good choice for you. Just be sure to let the others go in front. That's how my poor Billy got killed in France. By leading too many petrols. Bloody war. Anyways, come back as soon as you can, and give me all the good news before that. I'm your affectionate sister, Lucy, Paul, Mom and Dad.
It's locked.
Do I need to kill someone to get the key? I don't know why I jumped right for that. Aye!
Good evening.
Oh, it's you!
How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Same, but I'm not allowed to say that, because unlike you... Never mind, tell me about Thomas Elwood.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Are you two romantically involved?
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
You know, real vampires don't usually scream at the top of the skies that they are vampires. That usually gets them killed.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Yeah, you're right. What do I know? I want me Pipa. Where's Pipa?
Good evening, nurse.
Good
Oh,
evening,
you're
Doctor.
pretty.
I don't think we've been introduced yet.
We
My
have
name
not.
is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Oh, she is pretty. I like her already. Why is Milton so grumpy?
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
I got new intel on the driver. Is he the driver? No? This one. Yeah, it's the driver. Okay. Milton's reputation is mediocre among his colleagues. You suck. So, I went through your stuff. Sorry about that. And I read your very private letter. Are you leaving the hospital?
Pippa, are you sure you want to leave this hospital?
To become a nurse was a little girl's dream. But in the end, I don't feel that useful. I want more. I want to make things change.
Be proud of what you achieved.
You should be proud of what you've achieved. This hospital represents hope for many people in need of help.
Maybe you're right. But at the moment, I feel like we're just a cemetery waiting room.
To be fair, yeah. It's probably... Okay, you, hang on. I've heard some shit
evening,
about
Milton.
you. Your mediocre reputation. God, I'm blunt. You suck. Why is that?
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Okay, I'm sorry I asked.
Goodbye.
So now to take care of that little side quest. I'm going to take care of this side quest because I'm honestly curious to see how this works. I'm close. A little break to Snoopy the Trash. I'm here. I am
Scowl voices in the garden.
Oh.
I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Oh yeah, about that. So I should probably do something about that, huh? Remember when I said that I restarted the game so I could become better at the mechanics? Yeah, that didn't work. And stay down. Okay? Thanks. There is another one over here. I saw him. Oh, there's two. There's three. I fucking hate this. Finally! And stay the fuck down. God, where's the other two? Over there. I don't even know if I can fight these two bastards. I don't know what that scream was, but probably not good. I don't know how it did that, but that was awesome. Come down, you are faster. No! Missed it. Alright. That was a lot harder than I thought. That's what she said. Anyways, gotta look in the trash. Oh. Photography in a wallet. A photography of a smiling and loving couple with a few words written on the back. Milton and Pippa forever. Aww.
So, Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins are an item. Those two have hidden their affections well.
Oh, I need to give it to the driver. Hey, Milton, you're never gonna guess what I got for you.
Good evening, Doctor. Still...
I found your wallet.
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet. With all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
Okay, I got 40 shillings for that. So, your relationship with Nurse Hawkins?
What's going on between you and Nurse
What do you care?
Tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
Nurse Hawkins is thinking of quitting.
Do you know that Nurse Hawkins is thinking of leaving the hospital?
That's not a surprise. We've talked about it already.
Does it not bother you?
Sometimes I think she may be right. We should run away while we can. Question is, where can we go? Where is it safe?
With me here? Nowhere.
Goodbye.
Okay, so that's done. Yay! So I need to find Pippa. Pippa! I've got some questions for you that I definitely should not be my business, but they are, and I am so I did not find you. I'm still getting used to seeing through walls. Where the fuck are you? Aha! Hi.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
You're really pretty. Anyways, what's going on with you and... Okay, won't be more useful?
What steps are you prepared to take to feel more useful?
I don't know yet. My sister believes that the real fight is in the streets nowadays.
Oh, look at those two back there,
Maybe
just
she's
socializing.
right. Maybe this is what I must do.
What about Milton Hooks?
And what about Milton Hooks?
Wink, wink.
Does he share your point of view?
For Milton, any change means more comfort and more peace. I disagree.
Your relationship with Milton Hooks, what do you have to say about that, huh?
Pippa, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes? Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you,
Then
Nurse
why bring it up?
Hawkins. But are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke, but we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
Fair enough.
Goodbye, Nurse.
Anyways, I shouldn't. Why? I have no business in talking to these people in this way, I swear. Find out who is spying on. Okay, I want to help the... Hang on. I'm going to find out who the hell is spying on Miss Wannabe Vampyr. Hello? Excuse me. Don't mind me. Hello? Is anyone in here? Don't mind me stealing your shit. Is anyone up here? Shh. Well, oh, wait. I don't have enough blood for both of you. I don't have blood. I don't have blood. I don't have blood.
Shit, that leech is fast.
And you're about to be dead too. Okay. Sit down. I did not press anything. You can calm down, Dr. Reed. Yay, I got stuff. Small bag of junk. Anyways, I came here for a reason. You're telling me oh. From Guard of Brewen, Command Post to East End Patrol's object, Vampire Activity, Hospital, Survey, Investigate. 3 days ago, one of our new recruits heard a rumor about the presence of a female vampire hiding in Pembroke Hospital, London, East End. All we have is her first name, Thelma. Your mission is to discreetly go there and observe any suspicious activity concerning said leech, then report directly back to us, and we will decide what action should be taken. Well, she's not a vampire. I can relate to her as in wanting to be one and all sort of that, but yeah, sorry, not a vampire. What's this? King and country need you. No, they don't. Oh god, that is far. Okay, I've been recording for a while. I should probably take a nap and evolve. I have a lot of stuff to evolve. I've drank my fair number of people. I deserve to rest. What's this? Ooh. I got a hacksaw. Hang on, that's 65 damage. Can I go in here?
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes.
It's
Relegated
very fancy.
to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
I don't speak poorly about coffins. That's actually very comfortable for your back. You first need to analyze the components you found. Oh, I've completely forgot about this. Oops! Light regeneration serum. Okay. I can recycle things. Sodium hypochlorite solution. Quinidide. Anemia. Sepsis. So what happens if I recycle everything? Okay, I don't have enough, but...
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching.
Oh wow, that's long. It is a rare opportunity and almost a privilege to approach a vampire, to observe their most intriguing physical and psychological traits with a scientific and rational eye. Here are some of the most fascinating abilities I've personally observed over the last 10 years while interviewing a few vampires, or Econ, as they prefer to call themselves. I don't know about that. Supernatural speed. A vampire can act and move like a mortal in all his actions, but the trained eye will spot that they have the keenest senses and can react quicker than any mortal. On a few occasions, alarm, surprise, necessity to flee. I have seen a vampire move so quickly it almost as if I've seen a vampire move so quickly, it is almost as if he had vanished, just to reappear somewhere else. The human eye cannot follow their movements when they act so quickly. But it is not a teleport or dematerialization. It is only a supernatural speed. For me, it is a cat-like attribute which allows them to run, dodge, or jump longer and faster than us. I also noticed that such speed seems to exhaust them and that they are bound to physical limitations. Mesmerism. One of the most powerful abilities a vampire can deploy is the capacity to force a mortal to obey them. I call this trait mesmerism, but it has nothing to do with the mortal ability to alter a subject's mental state. A vampire can bend a mortal to their will, and they can even break a mind. A vampire I interviewed even told me the more a subject tries to resist, the more permanent the damage will be, as if the vampire could literally fracture their target's psyche. The same vampire explained to me that this ability required time to master, and that the result could vary widely from one subject to another. Implant a false memory, erase a painful one, the possibilities are endless and frightening. Blood awareness. This may be the most catastrophic ability of all concerning vampires, since it is the cause of so many tragedies for them and us. Vampires crave for blood. They must use their will to restrain themselves from frenziedly drinking every drop of blood they can see. They need blood to function and to express their full supernatural traits. A famished vampire can be very weak. I didn't touch anything! A famished vampire can be very weak, even if he cannot die of hunger or thirst. This urge, this need for blood, may explain why a vampire is so aroused by it. That's one weird way of putting it. A vampire confessed to me that blood could sometimes blind them, since its smell and attractiveness can be so strong. When he focuses, a vampire can almost see blood all around them, inside warm bodies, through walls, on a supposedly clean weapon, etc. The same vampire even told me that he can see if a mortal has clean blood or if it's ill, and that in some cases it can even sense diseases, infected clothes, or even items in a room. If this is true, it could have so many medical applications in almost beggars belief.
The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night.
What's here? It's the door in which I came in. Shocking. Oh god. Dear Jonathan, I asked Nurse Crane to secure an office for you on the second floor. Please forgive the austere decoration, but Pembroke Hospital is not exactly the Ritz. Sorry to let you discover your office alone, but I need to sleep a little before going back to work. I'm just a mere mortal after all. I also give orders to let you rest, and for the staff to never enter your room. You will be able to sleep all day without being disturbed, and work at night without raising any suspicion. I'm afraid the place is quite messy, but you will be able to conduct your experiments here at your own pace. You'll also notice there is an open window with a scaffolding that will allow you to enter or exit the hospital without being noticed. I imagine how awfully new and disturbing this all must be for you. Believe me, I have studied enough of your species to understand that you must now be facing and feeling what you must be now facing and feeling. Be assured, I'll do whatever I can do to help you in this ordeal. Know that you are not completely alone facing it. I'm glad I met you. These dark times we are all presently facing. I hope our future collaboration will yield great results. Welcome to Pembroke, my esteemed colleague. We shall talk again soon. Yours sincerely, Edgar Griffiths, Swansea. I ship it. Anyways, I left a copy of some of my notes concerning what I have discovered about Econ in the last few years. Feel free to read about it if you need some guidance, as long as you don't use this knowledge to take advantage of me, hahaha. Please don't kill me. I won't, don't worry, I like you. I can't craft anything yet, so I suppose I'm going to level up my skills and leave it at this. Oh, your eyes are looking interesting. They look different. I like them. You don't pass as a human at all, just saying, sorry. As I restarted this, I will have to do the bite thing again. Increase life regeneration. Yes, please. I have to do this again. I'm going to increase my health. And I'm going to suck harder. That did not sound good. The common belief that vampires can disappear into the air is misleading. Rather, they can greatly increase their speed with blood, moving so fast that to the human eyes it appears as if they appear and reappear at will. Correctly used, this ability can be offensive or defensive depending on the vampire's state of mind. It's too easy to catch up to your prey with spring. It's almost boring when they start running. Sure thing. I'm gonna bite. Yeah, this one is biting harder. And I'm doubling up on that one. Okay, I'm down to 295. I don't think I can use it for anything else. I don't think I have enough for anything else. So I'm gonna leave it at here. Confirm. Nighty night. Sleep tight. Don't let the vampires bite. Following night, yeah. Major district events. Every night the consequences of your actions may improve or degrade the district's health status. It can also be degraded due to diseases spreading among citizens. Major district events. The more lives you take, the unhealthier a district becomes. If a district's health status drops below the critical threshold, it will plunge into chaos. It is for you to decide a district's fate. So I can't go on a bloody rampage because everyone will go to okay, fine. Gee, you're boring. Alright, that's the guy I murdered. Embraced. I didn't murder him, you're right. I hugged him slightly too hard, and he exploded. Yeah, this is probably a problem.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete. I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
Alright, that was a lot. I don't think I'm going to be helpful to a lot of people, considering that my choices haven't been the best. And I don't seem to be very wary of the consequences of my own actions right now. Anyways, let's see where this goes. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next part.